Pretty Girl Club. Welcome back to the Storytime series. Welcome to season 2. So, I did take a break from this series because the content demand on this channel is going up because the Pretty Girl Club is growing. By the way, shout out to all of the other Exotical channels that have passed 1,000 subscribers and 5,000 subscribers. If you have a channel that relates to the content on this channel, please comment down below so that the new subscribers on here can check out your channel. But the Storytime series is based on the personal stories of Exoticals. For decades, we have been listening to the stories of unambiguous women and how they were bullied, but now it's our turn to talk. And I'm glad that we finally have our own safe space. So if you want your story time to be included in this series, please email exoticalsunited@gmail.com. And by the way, all the story times will be anonymous, so I won't be sharing your name or personal information. But let's go ahead and get into this one. She says, "Hello, Exoticals United. You can call me Ayla. That's the name of my favorite Star Wars character. I wanted to tell you this story time about a girl I knew in sophomore year of high school who tried to intimidate me. For context, as far as I know, I'm planning on taking a DNA test sooner or later. I am biracial. My mom is black and my dad is white. So, two worlds. I wouldn't really consider myself a looker, but I'm not ugly either. I usually wore my hair in braids at this time to grow out my hair a little bit more. Side note, has anyone noticed the extreme jealousy that exoticals get when they wear braids? I just want to point that out. I've noticed so many women, they get so pissed off when a light skinned black woman wears braids or when a mixed woman wears braids. And I have literally heard unambiguous women admit that they think braids look better when you have a certain phenotype. I have actually heard unambiguous women say that. So that's just a side note. I feel like whenever you are mixed or you benefit from an ism and then you wear a black hairstyle, people view it as like you're replacing them. You know, how dare you wear a black hairstyle, but then you get to benefit from colorism. Anyway, let's continue. She says, "Okay, I'll start. I'm going to call this girl Ava as an alias. Ava was a sort of overweight, unambiguous black woman who was always the loudest in the room. Why is it that the most insecure person is always the most loud and obnoxious person? I am convinced at this point that being extremely loud and boisterous is actually a symptom of inferiority complex because you can't get attention for your beauty. You can't naturally get attention. You're not magnetic. And so you feel the need to like be super loud and like shout at people or like be obnoxious. Has anyone else noticed the psychology of people who are super loud? Anyway, she says, I prefer to be quiet, so I knew she and I would not get along well. Whenever a group was made for projects and Eva was there, it always seemed like she was trying to knock me down or humble me. The worst part is that she didn't really do anything. My friend, and I sometimes did most of the work. A good example of this is when our history teacher had us doing mock government things where we had to convince others to pass a bill. I was in another group with my friends, and she tried everything she could to try and knock me down. However, it didn't work. This ended up with her snarking at me with her little group. I appreciate your content. It's nice to have fellow exoticals go through the same thing, similar to what I've gone through. Thank you so much." Yeah, has anyone noticed how, like, sometimes women who don't use violence, like, they may not beat you up, but they will try to socially humiliate you. I've actually noticed this a lot in the black community when it comes to playing games. It could be a basketball game, it could be a soccer game, it could be like playing Uno cards or something. Have you ever noticed that whenever there is a social scenario, people will try to embarrass you, they want to humble you. Anything you say is like the dumbest thing ever. You know, they don't want to laugh at your jokes or whatever. Like they try to purposely be like, "Oh my god, that wasn't funny. Oh, you're not cute. You're not funny." Like they try to put you down because they basically want you to be silent. Has anyone else experienced something similar to this? Let me know what you think in the comment section and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.